Hello and welcome. I'm Ijoma Onyato. Tonight, U.S. President Barack Obama says his government is looking forward to peaceful elections in Nigeria. Commonwealth observers from the 2015 general elections say they will isolate the Northeast. Political parties reach out to supporters in final campaign bids as elections hold on Saturday. And Boko Haram fighters crushed by military aircraft belonging to Nigerian government along Nigeria-Niger border.
And in business news tonight, the CBN is expected to implement policies that will influence the Nigerian economy at its 243rd Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja.
While on sports news, European football's governing body, UEFA, wants a 14th place in the 2018 FIFA World Cup.
Violence has no place in a democratic process, and that's coming from the U.S. President Barack Obama, as he says America will only support a peaceful conduct of the elections in the country. Calling Nigeria a great country, he appealed to all the political gladiators to let democracy win. This is President Obama's first personal public statement on Nigeria's forthcoming elections, which is about 4 days from now.
Hello. Today I want to speak directly to you, the people of Nigeria. Nigeria is a great nation, and you can be proud of the progress you've made. Together you've won your independence, emerged from military rule, and strengthened democratic institutions. You've strived to overcome divisions and turn Nigeria's diversity into a source of strength. You've worked hard to improve the lives of your families and to build the largest economy in Africa. Now you have a historic opportunity to help write the next chapter of Nigeria's progress by voting in the upcoming elections. For elections to be credible, they must be free, fair, and peaceful. All Nigerians must be able to cast their votes without intimidation or fear. So I call on all leaders and candidates to make it clear to their supporters that violence has no place in democratic elections, and that they will not incite, support, or engage in any kind of violence before, during, or after the votes are counted. I call on all Nigerians to peacefully express your views and to reject the voices of those who call for violence. And when elections are free and fair, it is the responsibility of all citizens to help keep the peace, no matter who wins. Successful elections and democratic progress will help Nigeria meet the urgent challenges you face today. Boko Haram, a brutal terrorist group that kills innocent men, women, and children, must be stopped. Hundreds of kidnapped children deserve to be returned to their families. Nigerians who have been forced to flee deserve to return to their homes. Boko Haram wants to destroy Nigeria and all that you have built. By casting your ballot, you can help secure your nation's progress. I'm told that there's a saying in your country, to keep Nigeria one is a task that must be done. Today,
U.S. President there, Barack Obama, speaking about the need for peaceful elections here in Nigeria. Now, it's a 10-man strong delegation of the Commonwealth to Nigeria, and the reason for the visit is to observe the elections. But the group, led by the former president of Malawi, Dr. Bakili Muluzi, says the Northeast is a no-go area for them. Our correspondent, Omolego Nnadi, reports.
The Commonwealth Observer Group to Nigeria for the elections starting this weekend is a high-powered 10-man delegation consisting mainly of current and former African leaders and lawmakers and serving members of national electoral commissions from around Africa, led by the former president of Malawi, Dr. Bakili Muluzi. Dr. Muluzi told a news conference in Abuja that their duty is only to observe and make recommendations towards improving democracies in Commonwealth nations.
Our mandate is to observe and assess the pre-election period, activities on polling day, and the post-election period. Throughout, we will consider all factors relating to the credibility and the electoral processes. We will assess whether the elections are conducted according to the standards of democratic elections to which Nigeria has committed itself, including the constitutional framework and the other international commitments.
But the observers will not take the risk of going into the northeast, where the Nigerian military is still battling the insurgents.
Northeast is still a challenge, I think, for security. As you know, the elections were postponed for security reasons. I know that a lot has happened in between 14th of February and to date. We hear there's some improvement, but we just want to be cautious and say, let's not take the risk of sending our people there. We will not deploy. So too other members of the observer group.
The Commonwealth Observer Group has a mandate to observe and consider the various factors affecting the credibility of the electoral process and determine whether the elections are conducted according to the standards for democratic elections. This will be done alongside other observer missions such as the ECOWAS, the European Union, and the National Democratic Institute. Omelogo Nadi, Channels Television News.
Well, it's the last lap of the elections campaign drive, and the momentum is not lost as the All Progressives Congress headed to Owerri, the Imo State capital, for its Southeast rally. The event, attended by party leaders, offered the group an opportunity to again appeal to the people to vote for the APC.
The commander of hospital.
A well-attended Southeast rally of the All Progressives Congress APC, holding in Owerri, the Imo State capital.
You are good. You are good, Buhari. You are good.
The governor, Owele Rochas Okorocha, the host, doubles as the master of ceremonies. He welcomes new members and decampees from the ruling People's Democratic Party, prominent among them a former Speaker, House of Representatives, Gali Umar Naaba. The governor tells the returnees all their sins have been forgiven.
And he's now in APC. I hereby pray that all your sins have been forgiven. Sin no more.
Before he left the podium, Governor Okorocha implored the people to stay behind after voting to monitor the polls.
On Saturday, please, if you vote, wait.
This is not a day for long speeches. The APC presidential candidate has a word for the party's supporters.
The problem we are trying to surmount is to make sure that you support the APC in the center and in all the states. I want you to try and reflect the 16 years under PDP. You feel it more than most of us. No jobs, no security, and the businesses are collapsing because the Naira is collapsing. It is in our interest, individually and collectively, to vote PDP out.
And from Owerri, the APC campaign train moves on to Onitsha in Anambra State, where the party held a town hall meeting, but was done without the presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, who had to attend another meeting in Abuja.
Nigeria's president there welcoming his Ghanaian counterpart John Mahama at the presidential wing of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport in Abuja. Mr. Mahama, as well as the ECOWAS Commission President Kadri Wadrogo, are in the country to confer with President Jonathan over the general elections. The ECOWAS delegation will also be meeting with the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, General Muhammadu Buhari, and the leadership of the Independent National Electoral Commission.
I'm here in my capacity as the chair of the Authority of Heads of States of ECOWAS on a pre-election visit to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As you are aware, our sub-region this year has 5 countries that are going through elections. And ECOWAS has been involved in ensuring that these elections are held in a peaceful and transparent environment. And so ECOWAS has undertaken in all these countries that are facing elections, long-term electoral observer missions. These missions have been monitoring the electoral process in the lead up to the elections, not just before the elections, but from a longer period. We've received several monitoring reports and working together with the electoral commissions of the countries and the authorities of those countries, we have tried to ensure that things, the obstacles to free and fair elections are removed in order that elections are transparent, free and fair, and that people will accept the results of those elections.
In part 2, after the break, Lagos court declares military deployment during polls unconstitutional. That's in a moment. Do stay with us.